Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video, I want to talk about the optimizations we just went over as I put them into a nice, neat little checklist to let you know how often I want you guys to do this, okay? So the very first task here you'll see is keywords and search terms. Now, I want you to go through your search terms twice a week, and we talked about that in that video, right? Any poorly performing search terms, I want you to add to the negative keyword list. And any high performing search terms, I want you to add as new keywords in the ad group. And then I want you to also go through your keywords, not your search terms, and pause any poor performing keywords twice a week. Okay, I had both checkboxes checked there, but it's actually bi-weekly. D here, testing new keywords in the theme ad group. I think every week you should be testing new keywords outside of your search terms and outside of the keywords that are there, at least 3 to 5. Okay. And then monthly, I want you to test new match types. We tell you to do phrase, but I want you to take some of your best search terms, your best keywords, and try testing them as exacts and broads in the same ad group to see how they perform. Okay. And then you would optimize those the exact same way as you do everything else. All right. Now, devices, I want you to look at that on a monthly basis. Okay. Turn off devices that are way higher than your target cost per lead. If your target cost per lead is $250 and your computer is $260, leave it alone. But if it's $340, you probably want to turn it off and maybe even bid down, okay? I want you to bid down on devices that are higher than your target cost per lead, but not way higher, okay? Use your discretion, whatever that number is to you. Maybe 20% higher is fine where you can bid down, but like 50% higher, you might want to pause altogether, okay? So there's no real hard and fast number. Going to leave that discretion up to you. And then, of course, I want you to bid up on devices that are much lower than your target cost per lead. So if your target cost per lead, like you're trying to get $2.50 leads, okay, and you're actually getting $1.25 leads, then you probably want to bid up on that device type, okay? Check that out monthly. Also on a monthly basis, I want you to look at the networks. Goes without saying, I want you to shut off owned and operated networks if they're doing poorly. And I want you to turn off syndicated networks if they're doing poorly. If they're both doing fine, leave them alone, okay? And this is done at the ad group level. Number 4 there, bid optimization at the ad group level. I want this to be done weekly, okay? And you should be looking back at least a 2-week period, preferably even 30 days of data. Don't look on a Monday on what happened Saturday and Sunday and make decisions. It's not enough data. You need at least 2 weeks of data, preferably a month, to go back and make optimizations. And we talked about this. Again, you guys can watch all the videos. I'm just trying to put this in a nice, neat little checklist for you. But every week I want you to go in there, and if you're higher than your target cost per lead, right, and the impression share is greater than 40%, then I want you to lower the bid. So if you're looking for $2.50 leads and you have, $2.75 leads, then you probably need to lower the bid. Okay, especially if your impression share is greater than 40%. Now, if you're way higher than your target cost per lead and your impression share is less than 40%, you just got to pause because you're already way higher than the CPA you're looking for. And, adding more bid to it is just going to cause your cost to go through the roof. If you are lower than your target lead cost and your impression share is greater than 40%, then there's nothing to do. You're crushing it, right? You're getting lower than the cost per lead you're looking for. Your impression share is in that sweet spot. Don't do a thing. And if you're lower than your target lead cost and your impression share is less than 40%, even better. Now you can raise the bid to get more traffic, okay? I want you to do that at the ad group level, and I want you to do that weekly. Now, the locations can be done every 90 days. That's at the campaign level. I want you to review the location performance by state and add bid optimizations as necessary. That means turning off bad states, increasing the bid on good states, and decreasing the bid on, so-so states, all right? And you can watch the video on how to do that. So hopefully this checklist gives you a little guideline on the optimization schedule and how I would go about it. Again, you find your own groove. Maybe you do better by adding keywords, new keywords in ad groups monthly, okay? Maybe you don't need to check your search terms twice a week. Maybe you want to do it weekly, okay? I'll leave this up to you. This is how I do things with my team, and I suggest you do things in a similar manner, okay? Optimizations are what's going to lead to profitability, okay? Oftentimes, you might start out a campaign. You might not be ultra profitable. All of a sudden, you shut off some bad search terms. You add in some good search terms. you turn off bad devices and optimize for bids, and you turn a so-so campaign into a rock star campaign. All right. So that's it for this video, guys. I will see you on the next one.